Good evening, everybody. We can hardly call this a good morning, right? It's 3 a.m. and they just announced 7.0. This is crazy. This is super significant and I want to quickly discuss it. Now, why is 7.0 that crazy? The last time we had a shift like that, we changed from 5.x to 6.x, right? We changed from 5.84b to 6.0 was in 2005. 2005. In fact, it was on the 1st of March 2005. That is almost 12 years ago. 12 years! That is so insane. There's some of you watching this video that haven't been alive for as long as we have had 6.0 or 6.x, you know. Most people thought that they're not gonna do 7.0. Most people expected it to be 6.89, right? Me actually included. We just watched it, you know, we just watched the ending of the Boston Major. We were sitting on the couch and I said to Mickey, wouldn't it be crazy if they announced 7.0 right now? Because a lot of people consider the possibility, right, me included, that they might announce 7.0. Monkey King being released is actually a pretty significant change to Dota as a whole. Because up to this point, we have only had heroes from Warcraft 3 Dota. Everything was just a port over from Warcraft 3 Dota, right? But Monkey King doesn't exist in Warcraft 3 Dota. Monkey King is going to be a Dota 2 exclusive hero. Now, it was still a little bit far-fetched to expect it to be 7.0. Because a 7.0 would kind of shift the game from being IceFrog's patch. Now, what do I mean with that? 6.0 doesn't just mark, you know, the random date 1st of March 2005. 6.0 marks the day that IceFrog took over development. IceFrog started developing Dota as the main developer with 6.0. That was his patch. 6.0 also did a bunch of other crazy stuff. Like, for example, it implemented 10 heroes. 10. You heard that right. 10 heroes. Those are Earthshaker, Shadowfiend, Axe, Enigma, Tiny, Enchantress, Weaver, Phantom Lancer, Dazzle, and Bloodseeker. Yeah, Shadowfiend, actually. One of the most iconic Dota heroes. Introduced in 6.0. Now, of course, we don't expect IceFrog to just drop out, you know, just be like, hey, I'm done now. Especially after he just tweeted for the first time in like 700 years. So, it seems a little bit far-fetched. But it also is surprising to see them go to 7.0. Now, this could, of course, just be because Monkey King isn't included in Warcraft 3 Dota and they think that is significant enough to give the game a new number like that. That could be it. Now, honestly, I think there's a very good chance there's more to it. Now, let's get our tinfoil helmets out and go into conspiracy territory really quick. There's this comic. It's called A Dark Purpose Served, which this comic is about Anti-Mage and Windranger fighting some Necromancer. Now, we have seen a bunch of comics for Dota before, right? And usually they have been attached to some compendium goal or something like that, you know, introducing a new hero, as with the Winter Wyvern Crystal Maiden comic, or an Arcana, as with the Phantom Assassin comic, I believe. She had an Arcana, right? They introduced Oracle in a comic. Now, in this A Dark Purpose Served comic, there is this Necromancer dude that Anti-Mage and Windranger are fighting. And then at the end, they like kill him, but then he resurrects himself and is like, I am a necromancer, right? And then the comic ends. Now that's a little bit odd, isn't it? Because if it's just some random character that we're never supposed to like remember, then why would it just end like that? That seems like an odd place to put an end to it. Maybe they just like the scene that they ended it with. But the character honestly looks a lot like a hero to me. He very well could be. His design is already quite on point. He does look like something that could just be made a hero. And that is definitely also a spot in Dota that we're kind of missing a little bit, right? Like, we do not have a necromancer, not really. We have, people that summon shit, I guess Necrophos, but he doesn't really do any necromancy, right? He just, like, shoots green balls at people, right? That's not really necromancy. So there's a possibility there. Again, with the last time they did a patch shift like this from 5.x to 6.0, they introduced 10 heroes. Now with 7.0, who says they're only going to introduce one hero? They very well could introduce two. Maybe it's gonna be maybe it's gonna be the necromancer guy. Well, again, let's go ahead and take off our tinfoil hats really quick. This is all just a theory. It could be, it doesn't have to be. It sounds a little bit crazy, but to me it doesn't sound crazier than 7.0, so honestly, it could happen. Now, there are very likely going to be a lot of other changes to the game, though, right? I expect to see a map change. I would be super surprised if there's no significant overhaul in how the map looks. I expect to actually see a little bit of a shift in the mechanics, maybe, right? Maybe they'll finally introduce a 7th item slot for boots. I don't know. No, that seems far-fetched. But yeah, I expect there to actually be at least one significant shift in mechanics. I expect there to be plenty of reworks and Aghanim Scepters, right? There's almost a guarantee Phantom Lancer is getting some sort of significant change to the hero. Doom, very likely as well. I mean, I could keep guessing, right? But I wouldn't be too surprised to see something changed about Bloodseeker. But either way, this is going to be a big patch, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It is crazy to me that it's 7.0. I didn't think I was ever going to see 7.0, but, well, I guess here we are. And, yeah, I mean, let's see tomorrow what's going to happen, right? I want to see Aghanim Scepters. There's going to be so many Aghanim Scepters. Oh God, I'm so excited for this. Now, honestly, this is going to be so fun. Because you guys know I've been so frustrated with Dota recently. Because it's just like, oh my God, do we really need 6 months of the same patch? Now, funny side note, 6.88 was introduced on the 12th of June this year. And it's no longer 6. It's now 7.0 is going to be introduced on the 12th of December. So actually it's exactly 6 months, exactly half a year. There's obviously a lot you can do in half a year. And yeah, still it's just crazy, right? And but I was frustrated with the patch because it's just been it's been so long, just give me something new, right? You got to change up the game. And if you watch the Boston Major and the interview Slacks did with people, there's just like, well, what do you wish for Christmas, right? And it's just like, everybody's like, new patch, new patch, new patch, new patch. Everybody wanted a new patch. Well, here it is. And I promise you guys, will be doing a lot more regular Dota. I will be doing, every new thing that is in the game as soon as possible. The Monkey King video as soon as possible, right? As soon as the hero becomes available, I will record him. And yeah, I guess that's it. And I'm very much looking forward to this. I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. I just quickly wanted to talk about this. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if there is a second hero, then I called it. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. But then again, they would probably tease it a bit. But I mean, the surprise of it, I feel like that would be fun enough already. Oh well. Also looking forward to finally seeing if I was right with my Monkey King prediction. If I guessed his abilities right. But yeah, we'll see. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I expect it to be quite crazy. Again, I'll put my videos out as soon as possible. And yeah, goodbye.